Hello, welcome to Talking About Speedway. My name's Graeme Sinden. My guest on today's program is former Western Australian sidecar champion Darren Nash, and he joins us now. Welcome to the program, Darren.
Yeah, Graeme, thanks for having us.
My pleasure. Darren, a former state champion going back to Claremont days. Back in those days, goodness me, you, Russell, your brother, and your famous father, Dennis, all racing together. Tell us what that period was like for you in those hefty days.
Yeah, sure. So obviously growing up around the Speedway, we built the bikes in the shed together, and we had our little spots in the shed. And, that was what we did. We lived and breathed it. Every Friday night, that was where we were going to be at. There was no question as to what was going to be happening.
Right. Was there pressure on you to beat the old man in those days, or was it a congenial relationship? How did all that pan out?
Oh, no, look, I think back then there was no chance I was going to beat him. I don't know if you've noticed, but he's actually pretty good. So he got on for the ride. It was great. It kept us out of trouble and gave us a great hobby, and chasing each other around was really good. My brother wasn't too bad, and he went off road racing and was really successful at that after the Speedway. And I continued on with the Speedway, and then later on did a few other things as well. Sure. They were great years, really good.
Right. Tell me about some of the conversations around the Sunday lunchtime after you've been racing, either a Friday at Claremont or a Saturday at Collie or around the state someplace.
Yeah. Well, it was always, it was just part of what we did. So as a family, it wasn't sort of something different. You didn't have to bring up the conversation. It was always, thinking about different ideas and trying different things and learning. Learning about the bikes and engines and carburetors, ignition systems. Obviously, Dad's got a lot of experience for doing it for so long. So there's a lot to learn when you're a young fellow. I really enjoyed it. They were great days.
Absolutely. And in those days, you won a West Australian State Championship. That must have been a real thrill for you.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Like what we talked about before, I think it's probably black and white photos back then. Back in 97, around there. I was lucky enough to win a state title. That was pretty hard, having the quality of the guys that we had in WA. I mean, you're pretty hard pressed just to make a final, or alone win a state title. So a lot of good guys in WA back in the day.
Mm. Tell me who some of those people were. Who were some of the competitors you rode against then?
Yeah, so obviously we had we had Dennis, we had Glenn O'Brien, we had Mark Drew, we had Russell Mitchell, we had Jeff Bishop. So we've had a lot of good guys that have done a lot of travelling over the years. That's only a few of them. There's a lot of them out there that really did get up to pointy, and I think when they went over east, the guys knew they were going to be in for it when the West Aussies were turning up.
We certainly were a powerhouse in those days, and we'll come back to that, coming forward to the current day. Just tell me, getting back to Dennis, did you find as a young guy breaking into Speedway, was it a hindrance or a help to have a famous father, Australian champion, and multiple West Australian champion? How did that work for you?
Yeah, sure. It was obviously great to have somebody that knew all about it and what to do and experience there, but it wasn't always really great because, you go to a lot of places and, Dennis had already been there and maybe roughed up a few people or maybe upset a few officials. He was always a hard charger, so it wasn't always easy, that's for sure. A lot of expectations there as a young fellow, coming through the ranks, and, you wouldn't wish that on everybody, but I thought it was great, coming from a sporting family, there was a lot of banter going on all the time, and chipping away, trying to get better and better at what we did. The cost as a young fellow was always, prohibitive. That's probably the main thing that held us back in the early days.
Right. And since those lofty days, moving forward, you did a couple of meetings at the small 142 metre Pinjar Park, a few selected metres. I think they were Jeff Giddis memorial events that you came out and had a run at. But more recently, you've, I won't say come out of retirement, but you riding in some selected bigger events at the new Pinjar Park 330 metre circuit, essentially on Tony Shields' outfit. where did all that come from? What got the fire in the belly, or what happened to get you back racing on a reasonably regular basis?
Yeah. Well, the small track, you know, coming from Claremont, all the country tracks in Perth, racing at the small track never really interested me. I just, you know, a mate of mine, Danny Burks, loaned me a bike, said, "You want to go for a ride?" And that was what we did. We went for a little skid on the small track, and it was good fun. And then we sort of parked it up, and then I went up to watch Speedway Speedway. Wife and I, you know, went for a drive just to have a look, and unfortunately Tony Shields crashed, and both him and Nash got pretty badly injured on the track, and you know they had to get carted off to hospital, and they obviously couldn't ride the bike. So a few weeks later, Tony rang me and you know said, "Would you like to have a ride?" And I thought, "Oh, well, why not? You know, I can still ride. I spend a lot of time on bikes at the moment. You know, road bikes and the like, so still reasonably fit and can still pedal a bit." And I thought, "We'll go and have a go."
Yeah. And have a go you did. You were successful right out of the box. I think the first couple of events I saw you do, you had Peter Thiel on the back with you, and an unfortunate crash, and I think that probably paid dividends for Peter's career anyhow. And you've now got Ash Shield on the back with you, which is he's been really good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Pete did a lot of damage to his shoulder. He came off and hit the fence, and it took him 10 months to get his shoulder back right. So he decided that enough's enough. We had a chat, and he just said, "It's you know, business has got to come first," which I understand. And none of us are spring chickens anymore, so we don't bounce as well as we used to. And then I was lucky that Ash Shield said he could get on, and he jumped on the back, and look, it's been great. You know, he's really light. He can manoeuvre the bike well, and we just gelled straight away. I just did what I do on the front and let him do what he does on the back, and straight away we got some good results.
Mm. Is it as simple as that? Do you just do that? Are there any instructions what you'd like the passenger to do, or the passenger asking you as the rider what you would like him to do?
Yeah, Flash has got a lot of experience, so there's no point in me trying to reinvent the wheel. He knows how to do the business on the back, and that's what we talked about. You know, even in the pits, there's really only three things to the puzzle. You know, you've got the rider, the passenger, and the machine. You just got to get all three to work reasonably well. If any one of them is out kilter, it just won't work properly. So you can have the best machinery, but if you haven't got a good passenger or somebody on the bars that can be smooth on the throttle and then not too erratic and keep their calm, that's all you really want. You can make it work.
Sure. And look, those three ingredients you seem to get pretty right. You've got lots of experience. The trophy cupboard behind you tells that story. You had a terrific bike in Tony Shields' new bike, pretty much straight out of the box. And as you say, Ash jumped on with you with a load of experience, and you had immediate success with the Jeff Giddis Memorial meeting, beating home, in fact, former Australian title holder Trent Headland, who had Ty Wolfenden, three-time solo world champion, on the back with him.
Yeah, that was a great meeting. You know, to stand on the podium at the end with those guys was fantastic. You know, great for the sport that they all got involved with it and came to the little track in WA to have a go. I mean, it was awesome. It was not going to beat them, but you know, to be honest with you, when Trent's on his own machinery, he's a force to be reckoned with. So probably next time he'll bring maybe his own bikes and come across. But that was great. There's Russell Mitchell was on the podium. So I thought that was a really good meeting and great for the crowd.
Oh, it was sensational. Then you carried on that good form into the West Australian Sidecar Championship, again on the Tony Shields bike, although I think in the interim Clayton Mills Drainage had bought the bike but allowed you still to ride it. You had 4 wins on the trot. You were very, very impressive. Ash was lovely and smooth on the back with you. Then after your 4th heat, rode into the pits, rolled off the throttle, and disaster struck. So just walk us through that.
Yeah, so I mean the Shields engineering bike, you know, it's a fantastic bike. It just everything seems to gel really well when you ride it. You know, the engine is pretty much stock standard, and we just set it up so that it went around, you know, smoothly. We didn't try and reinvent the wheel there either. Just do what we do, and we managed to win those heats, you know, pretty convincingly. And then unfortunately, we had an overheating problem with the bike. It was getting quite hot, and quite possibly because the guy in the front was maybe giving it a bit of a thrashing. But what we found was we came back into the pits after the heat, which we won, and then turning left into the pits to go back up the ramp. Unfortunately, the main radiator spout in the top got so hot that it overpressurised and it blew it clean off. And unfortunately, the steam just hit me straight in the bottom of the chin and under the helmet, and yeah, cooked me a bit like a crayfish. So really, you know, not a nice thing to happen. I couldn't get the helmet off, so it was a bit of a panic. Dylan Milton's came over and they gave me a hand to get the helmet off, and then obviously, you know, I did think that I might be able to get one more ride in, but once the pain kicks in, I don't know if anybody's had any bad burns out there, but you'll certainly know about it. It wasn't a very good trip to the hospital, I can tell you.
No. But fortunately, just looking at you now on screen, the injuries seem to healed up nicely. You're looking as handsome as ever, and seemingly have no ill effects. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, no, look, ended up with a couple of scars on my shoulder, but nothing to complain about. You know, anytime you go to a burns unit, you'll definitely see somebody worse off than you. So I'm really happy with the people at the burns wards and stuff. They really know what they're doing, and as long as you follow what they say, they give you all the right equipment and stuff to treat it yourself. And I just kept going back every couple of days for some more treatment at Fiona Stanley, and yeah, it came out really well. You know, it was interesting the way that they'd learned all the procedures over the years, and part of it was shaving every day, which I couldn't believe. I was skin, you know, burnt off the inside of my nostrils, my tongue, my lips, right up to the bottom of my nose, was burnt. And I thought it was going to be like a really long recovery, but yeah, part of it was shaving every day to keep the prickles down and keep the bacteria on, and made no infections, no real trouble when you do it well, so fair not play on.
Goodness me, that's the last thing you expect when you're sidecar racing. You expect all sorts of accidents, but not that sort of an injury.
Yeah, it's something that you're not probably, or hopefully likely to see again either. So yeah, we obviously mended the things that needed attention. It was nobody's fault. It's just one of those things that happens, and you know, hopefully it never happen again. We've sorted our bike out, and I've actually said to a few other people, noticed that it had some similar things that could happen, and just had a quick word so that we don't see it again.
Well, you do learn by those sorts of issues, don't you? Now, moving forward, that put paid to your WA title hopes for last season. But I guess if good comes out of that, the good thing came out of it was Daniel Bishop, first year rider, came through and eventually won the title. Which is nice to see younger fellows coming through. I guess you could say Reece Liptrop was also very unlucky with his cutout switch coming undone or disconnected on the last lap. But to win it, you've got to be there at the finish. So Daniel Bishop, and this is the point that I'm making, Daniel Bishop won the event handsomely in the end. Reece Liptrop, a very good pedaller. We've got the Panda Lindens, Dylan Milton, and young Jack Fuster coming up through the ranks. It must be good for fellas like you to see this younger brigade improving week after week almost.
Yeah, I think when we sort of came back to have a bit of a ride, we maybe caught a few of them by surprise, but they're certainly starting to catch on now. But like you touched on earlier, the bike got sold. So Mills Drainage bought the bike that I was riding, and I was lucky enough that they actually, Clayton is a family friend, and they let me ride the bike at that state title. But it's great to see the young guys coming through. Hopefully we'll see a few more younger guys coming into the sport. You know, that'll be great to see.
Now, as a result of Daniel winning that state title, he got automatic qualification into the Australian titles, which haven't yet been run because of coronavirus isolation and distancing. You were also going to go across to the titles with Reece Liptrop, so 3 Western Australians in the field. Is that still going to be the case when it's not rerun, but when it's run, possibly in October?
Yeah, they're aiming for October, so yeah, we had tickets booked, and I wasn't actually even keen to go to the Aussie title. I sort of got roped into it, and they said, "Well, you can ride the bike, and you know, we'll get a bit of a package together," and a few people helped out with transport, which was great. So we had all the bike boxed and ready to go, and then obviously this corona thing came along and put an end to all the fun. But if it comes around in October, I don't know if it will or not. None of us really know. But yeah, hopefully we can get back over there. And we're running the qualifying event, see if we can qualify. And then if we qualify, we'll get them, you know, the main event on Saturday night, and you know, see if we can get 3 West Aussies up the pointing end would be nice.
Yeah, indeed. Now, if you do get that opportunity, will you take the current Tony Shields built bike that's now owned by Mills Drainage, Clayton Mills?
Yeah, Clayton's been good enough to offer us to ride that bike again. You know, obviously young producers will ride that bike here for next season, but we can take that bike across and ride it at the Aussie Pilots, which would be nice. We know the bike, both Ash and I, you know what it's capable of. Tony's in the midst of building some more bikes now, so he's got a few orders, which is great, and he's building a fantastic product out there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So as fast as every time I ride one and we do a few meetings on the wins he sells it, he's going to build another one. So, but that's okay. I don't mind that. That's good for everybody. And so yeah, we'll get across there. Clayton's actually just upgraded the engine in the bike, so that'll be nice to have a little bit more power, and we'll go and see if we can play with the big boys.
Is that a cross-plane engine or another standard engine he's putting back in?
Yeah, no, it's another cross plane. It's had road and race motorcycles it's given the engine a bit more love. So I think it should perform pretty well, and hopefully we're fit enough to hang on to it. And the Mildura track is similar size to what we've got here, so I think the pace that we've got in WA now is starting to get better and better, and I think we should be able to put on a reasonable show.
Realistically, talking about that, where do you think we are at in Western Australia as a state sidecar group? Where are we at with the East Coast?
Yeah, well, we haven't really had, we've been lucky enough to have Trent come over and sort of give us a little glimpse of what the boys over there can do. And I think this season we'll see a heap more of them coming across. So, that'll be nice just so we can sort of measure as to where we're at and see where the bar's actually set. But I think, every meeting we're getting faster and faster. We've had Reece go across and do a couple of meetings over there and having the night, he's pretty confident that he can get up to pointy end. And, we're pretty on par for pace. I think we'll do pretty well. I think a few people might get a bit of a surprise actually.
If I read things properly, there's the qualifying people around the state that'll go straight into the final, and then the qualifiers from Friday evening. Would I be right in saying that you and Reece should be not easily, but able to get through that qualifying into the main draw? I would have thought that you were in the top 16 in the country.
Yeah. Well, look, I guess anything can happen when you put that many bikes on the track from all around Australia. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I mean, anything can happen, as you've seen happen with state titles there. Anything can go wrong. So we'll just go there and do our best. So I'm not going there to not qualify. We'll go there and give it 100%. We've got machinery, and really I'm just enjoying it. It's for me it's like having a second child. I got out of the sport a long time ago, and then when they kicked off the new track, it just looked like too much fun to not go and have a go. So here we are back there, the same thing we're doing when I was 17 years old.
Fantastic, and it's great to have you back out there, I can tell you. I noticed you got your Nash Tech shirt on. You're the proprietor of Nash Tech Auto Electrics down there in Kenwick in Western Australia. Through the coronavirus, has business been kind to you? Has it just carried on, or have you suffered a bit like most other businesses?
Yeah, look, the wife and I have been running the shop now for just over 20 years. So we've seen good times and bad times, and obviously this is a bit different than what everybody's going through now. A lot of people are really struggling. First few weeks when it happened, we were really quiet. We are starting to see now that people are starting to get a little more confidence back. People are starting to spend money. There are actually a lot of people actually preparing for when this ends and they're ready to get in their cars and go away travelling. So we're starting to find that people are really open-minded about what's going to happen and quite optimistic. So we're just going to keep pushing the barrow, mate, at the shop, and we try. I've got a good crew there, got really good guys. So we have a lot of fun every day. We try and make the most of what we have, and no, we'll be fine. I really think that the future is going to be pretty good. Even though it was pretty to start with everywhere around the world, but I think in WA anyway, we're really resilient over here, and I think we're going to get straight back into it, and it'll be fine.
Sure. I'm glad you've got that attitude and approach. Now, I can't let you go without saying your son Aaron, also a good motorcyclist. You and he have shared success at the Willie Thompson's Brookton Pony Express as father and son team. Are we likely to see Aaron on a sidecar, continuing on that dynasty of Dennis, you and Russell?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, he came out to one of the practice days out there that day Cheshire ran, which was a great day. So Dad was out there, which was great. And myself and Aaron, we all went out to the track together, and we got to do a few laps and have a bit of a skid, which is great. So look, Aaron's he can ride a motorcycle. There's no doubt in that. He did really well at the Enduro events. But there's more to it than just turning up to practice and play. To commit to doing a full season, it takes quite the effort to make that happen. But if he wants to do it, I'm happy to help him. Get into the sport. I think he's keen to come and have another ride. So yeah, you might see a couple of Nashes on the track. Maybe 3. Who knows?
Fantastic. And just to finish on. You talked about the Pony Express. Will you do that again with Aaron? I mean, it seems to be a terrific event, and you'll be to enjoy it.
Yeah, so Willie runs a really good event up there. They run a 3-round series. They do father-son or father-daughter class. So we were lucky enough to wrap up that last year. We've done a few of the ones in the veterans races, and I'm actually getting to the age now where I might be able to race the Masters shortly. So, but I really enjoy it. I still try and spend quite a bit of time on the bike, and a few of the events I still qualified in the top 10, out of like 180 people at the event. So I can't keep up that pace for the whole race, but I can do a few good laps. And then, I think if that comes around again, we probably will. I really enjoyed doing it last year. It was a pretty proud dad moment when you can stand on the podium with your son after taking the trophy. So that was nice. But it's the same thing, they're great fun where you can. There's camping, which has got to do with the family anyway. So you can go up there and they do qualifying on the Saturday, racing Sunday, and pack it up there. So I think it'll hopefully take off again as long as we get the green light with the borders being open. I did read some stuff today that they reckon it's going to happen. So there's a lot of people stand back, wait and see if they're going to be able to ride their bikes. They're all parked in the shed, and everybody's keen to go.
Darren, as always, lovely to chat with you. Best wishes for the future. Terrific to see you back on the sidecar, thrilling the crowds again once more. And certainly good luck for the Australian title if you do manage to go and that event can be put on. Thanks for your time.
No worries. Thanks for having us, Graeme. We'll see you back up the track.
Cheers. Thank you.
No worries. Bye.
Well, there you are, Darren Nash. What a gentleman, a great bloke and a terrific rider. It's been a pleasure having him on Talking About Speedway. We'll see you next time.